What's up, everybody? I'm John Salter, and welcome to Switch 2 News Live, the only uncut, unedited, and unfortunately for everyone involved, unrehearsed Switch 2 news show on the YouTube. Big shout out to my producer, Mikey Mike, who has painstakingly pulled the Switch 2 news from the headlines, transferred it to note cards, and will be handing it to me one split second before the broadcast begins. So, without further ado, Mikey Mike, give up the cards. Got it right there. All right, and our first story tonight. The Nintendo Switch 2 News app has parents demanding changes. So what's going on here is if you go to the Nintendo Switch 2 News app, then hit the Discover tab, you will see that there is some mature content displayed right at the top, which has parents a little upset because you cannot set the parent controls to apply to the news app. The parent controls will apply, I think, to the eShop and what you can see there in other parts, but in the news app, parent controls don't apply. So there is, I think there has been before, but now at the top of the list, we see some mature content that some parents don't want their kids to see. So it's been a pretty big deal in the news, and there's some serious backlash to Nintendo on that. What really strikes me with that, though, is that Nintendo, in the past, and we're going back kind of old school, I think Mortal Kombat was the break point where Nintendo finally started letting a little bit more mature content on their systems. Before that, Nintendo was really tight on letting any type of mature content. We're talking blood and, violence and that type of thing. And Mortal Kombat was the first game where they let a game like that on the system, although there was no blood. But it just seems kind of crazy to me. Like, when did this start? When did Nintendo start letting almost anything, I guess it sounds like, on the app? Because if you check the game in question is called Passion Puzzle or Puzzle Passion. Shoot, Mikey did write the name down on the cards. I guess Passion Puzzle or Puzzle Passion, one of the two. That's the game that's in question here. So we'll see what Nintendo does. We'll see if there's enough backlash from this to see if it requires or it makes them make a change. And the thing about it is, I guarantee that this company probably did follow the rules, because I did read the blurb that tells about the game, and I saw the thumbnail for the game, and I find it hard to believe that they didn't follow the rules. So they're probably right on the edge there, and this type of game probably is getting a little bit more hype than some other games, which is probably what's moving it to the top of the Discovery tab. So that's our first news. Pretty good story, Mike, and a little controversial there. Okay, so what we have next here. PETA wants cow's nose ring removed in Mario Kart World. Man, we got two really, crazy topics here, controversial topics here. So I did a little reading up on this as well, too. So Mikey Mike hitting two good ones in a row here. So the nose ring symbolizes animal cruelty, and they want Nintendo to redesign the cow character. Now, we're missing some data here. Mikey Mike slipping big time. I can't remember the cow character's name, if it's just cow or if it has a specific name. But the cow character's been around for a hot minute, and to be honest, I never really even noticed the nose ring. I'm sure I saw it, but it didn't pop out to me as anything, spectacular in that character design until I saw this article pop up and, people losing their mind over it, or some people losing their mind over it. And I tell you what, it's no big deal to me. In my opinion, I think Nintendo should be championed for doing this, because they are bringing nose ring awareness to the world by having that ring on the cow's nose. So kudos to you, Nintendo, for putting the ring on. And who cares? It's a cartoon character. Let's move on. Switch 2 dual screen patent. All right, so what we have going on here is Nintendo has updated a dual screen patent. The patent had already exist. So anyone reporting or that thinks that this is a new patent directed toward the Switch 2 is mistaken. This dual screen patent has been out for a while, and I think it was even out before the Switch 2 was even, they started talking about it and hinting that it's coming out. And I think what's going on here is Nintendo is updating the patent, obviously, but my opinion is they're updating the patent as a CYA because there's a lot of other companies that are kind of jumping on the bandwagon trying to come out with handhelds. No one cared kind of too much about the handheld market in the console world or gaming world until the Switch 2 completely blew up. And now everybody else is jumping on the bandwagon with the handheld PCs, being one of the big two, but I think the only competitor really to the Switch 2. So I think this is kind of a CYA. Nintendo's adding things to their patent so nobody can really do things that they want to do possibly in the future. So that's what I think it is. I don't think it has anything to do with the Switch 2, but it is a Switch 2 news item because that's what everybody's relating it to. And who knows, it could be. Maybe Nintendo is thinking about doing something with a Switch 2 to add to games that will be available on the Switch 2 online with expansion account, because I'm assuming they're going to start doing a little bit more with the DS games. So maybe there's going to be something that you can buy that you can click onto your Switch 2 and play it dual screen. Just a guess here, I don't know, but that's a good story. I was kind of intrigued when I read that myself. All right, Madden 26 released on Switch 2. So this is a big deal because it's been 13 years since a Madden has been released on any Nintendo system. And I think it was Madden 2003? Madden 2000, it was 13 years ago. It doesn't say, it does say in here, my apologies to Mikey Mike, he did put it on the card. Madden Wii U 2013 was the last Madden game on a Nintendo Switch, a Nintendo system. And it's the first Madden in 13 years. Jeez, I get this straight here. So I did not buy it, and we'll get to that in a minute. And I'm not going to buy it, and so I can't opine myself on whether the game's good or bad. So we're giving straight up news here. We're getting mixed reviews. It looks like it's getting in that 7, 8 out of 10. And from some of the reviews I've seen on it, I'm surprised. But I think there's definitely just some hype and some positivity for the fact that we finally do have a Madden back on a Nintendo Switch system. I can't talk, and we're live, and I can't edit it. So I think that's what's going on there. I think that it works. We're all excited. I'm excited even though I don't play it, but we're excited to see that there's a Madden on the system. There's some goofy things going on. I don't play Madden enough to know, but a lot of the things that people are complaining about, I hear are saying the same issues on other platforms as well. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch 2 isn't as powerful as the PS5, so there's some things that they aren't going to be able to do. That all being said, that I'm glad we finally got Madden back on the systems. But in general, the fact that there is a whole monopoly on an NFL game that Madden has the exclusive is completely ridiculous. To be honest, I can go back and play NFL 2K5, and I guarantee it's better than Madden 26, guaranteed. NFL 2K5 was the best console football game made. And we're going to talk in the 3D era because obviously Tecmo Bowl, legendary, Tecmo Super Bowl, either of them is a legendary game. But 2K5 in the newer 3D era is by far, in my opinion, the best football game ever made. And there's been mods to that. And if you want, go look somewhere else or on the internet, there's actually updated versions of that game. But in general, that kind of, to me, it was the end of football on gaming systems when that exclusive deal was made with EA. It's completely ridiculous, and Madden sucks. I hate to break the news to everybody, but it sucks. Go back and play 2K5 and play Madden and tell me. And that's 2005, 20 years ago, and it's a better game. So anyway, we'll save that for the blast zone. I'll give you a rant on that down the road, and I'm sure I'm over the 5 minutes as usual. Getting sidetracked on that. But those are our main stories for today, and as usual, at the end of the news, Switch 2 News Live. We have games on sale. So I have to kind of redeem myself for the last episode. And I've got a better list of the Nintendo games that are on sale right now. But let's blast through this really quick. So Super Mario Wonder is on sale on Woot for $44.99. Now, I know you're going to say, Woot, I'm not buying anything from there. But Woot is actually it's an Amazon company now. I think Woot was, when it first started out, it was its own company and did these crazy sales. And, I've never bought anything from Woot. But Woot is an Amazon company, so I would say it's trustworthy. So $44.99, the US version of Mario Wonder. If you do see games on Woot, they're very good at letting you know if it is, in fact, a region-specific game. Now, Switch games in general are not region, specific. They'll play on any system. You just may have to go and change the language. So anyway, Mario Wonder, $44.99, Woot. The next list of games I'm going to read off right now are $39.99 at Walmart, physical, and I believe you have to order them on Walmart.com. You cannot walk in the store and buy these. So physical games for purchase on Walmart.com for $39.99. We have Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser Fury, Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, Super Mario Tennis Aces, Super Mario Golf Super Rush, and Yoshi's Crafted World. There are plenty of other games on sale there, I believe, but those are the big ones I'm going to talk about today. And the final, the last, the grand finale of Switch 2 News Live on sale at BestBuy.com, digital only. You may be able to buy it at the store digital, I don't know, but it is for sure. BestBuy.com, digital only, $19.99, Metal Gear Solid Master Gear Collection Volume 1, $19.99. I'm going to log on. I'm going to buy it today. I will see you next time on Switch 2 News Live. Hope the music's going.
Switch 2 News Live was filmed in front of a studio audience. This has been a full blast production. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to receive notifications when future videos are released.